All right. Hey, this is Alvin.
And it's Parapants. Hey guys, long time no see.
Hey, non-existent audience.
Sashiburi.
We just saw a cartoon. What was it called?
It was called My Happy Sugar Fairy. Wait,
It was called Happy Sugar Life.
Happy Sugar Life. Yeah.
Episode 6.
Episode 6.
We watched all. We're late, so we watched the first 5, and then we figured we'd do a show on the 6th one.
I love that we just kind of picked up where we left off after like a several months hiatus.
That's all right.
Like it's nothing.
Nobody's gonna care until we cover another Chinese cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. You stand by. Those Chinese anime reviews are coming
They're
up.
coming. They're hot. They're coming.
Hot takes.
Yeah, hot takes on anime Chinese anime. But yeah, not this time. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this is a Parapants pick. Yeah.
Of course, it's a Parapants pick because Alvin absolutely hates it.
I don't hate it. It's just, I like to hate things, so I'm kind of having fun, but I do kind of wish something bad happened to the person that made it.
Jeez. Why don't you go over what Happy Sugar Life is about?
Why don't you go over what it's about? All right, it's about the hottest 6-year-old in Japan.
I think is she 6 or is she 8?
I don't know, maybe 8. What's the age of consent in Japan? Like, you know what? I didn't say that.
Probably 8.
It's probably a nice round, reasonable number.
2-digit number.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're Japanese and you're a girl and your hair's pink and you go out and you get dicked down by rando guys, eventually maybe you'll find a little girl to make your life complete, and then you'll start killing people. I don't know. But yeah, that's what this is about.
So what Alvin means by the hottest 8-year-old in Japan is the one of the central characters, Shio, is a little girl who seems to draw all this attention and, dare I say, lust from significantly older people.
I said that because it's only 2 people, really. I was counting her brother. Because now that we know that, we still don't know. No, he never said outright, "I'm her brother."
That's her brother. Of course, it's her brother.
But up until this episode, we didn't know. So it did seem like 3 people in this cartoon were obsessing over this little girl.
Oh well, like when you ask, what's his name, Asahi Superdry?
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, say who's this girl to you? Oh, she is my moon. Remember when someone asked about your sister and you replied looking up wistfully at the stars and said she is my moon?
See,
Is that how you think of your sister?
Well, let me ask you this: do you thinking about that line, does it make you want something bad to happen to somebody?
I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, but I do feel that this author's got their thumbs up their butt.
Yeah.
With this.
Well, hold on. This is a Parapants pick, so you're an adult and you recognize this is a ridiculous story. So what made you pick this when we could be watching Hataraku Saibo and actually having a good time?
I like animes about crazy chicks.
Yeah.
I love yanderes. Well, Sato is not a yandere, and we still haven't gotten to what the show is about. It's no. Oh, come on. No, Sato. I can't. Matsuoka or
Either Zuka or Zuko. Zaku.
I guess it doesn't matter.
I wrote it down shittily. Yeah.
No one's gonna look her up in the phone in
the pink-haired girl.
Yeah, the main character. The main character's named Sato. She's 16, and she has an obsession with this little girl named Shio, who I guess she just kind of found.
Oh, we don't know. There's so much we don't know.
Or she kidnapped, or she stole from a parking lot or in the back of a car while her mom was at the Montgomery Wards.
Doesn't not knowing make you want to keep watching? Isn't that how good stories work?
Anyway, however she acquired Shio, she's got her locked up in an apartment with a mysterious locked room, which apparently
the way you said that implies that the girl is actually locked in the mysterious room.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Also in the apartment is a...
Yeah, also in the apartment is a locked room, which Shio cannot access. Apparently, Sato's keeping it a secret from her. But there is a locked room inside the apartment with apparently like body parts in various bags.
No, they showed the room in the latest episodes, and the bags aren't there.
Well, Sato's gotten rid of the bags, right?
Well, here's all right.
But there's blood all over the walls.
There's blood on the walls, and when we started this show, there were 3 garbage bags that were implied to have body parts in them.
Yeah. It's implied that Sato killed whoever originally lived in that apartment and just took over their stuff.
Yeah, it's implied, but who knows who she killed, or if she killed anyone. Like, she had 3 bags of what we are led to believe is body parts. We see her about to throw one bag in the river, and she chickens out. And then eventually she blackmails the teacher to dispose of one bag. And we don't know what happened to the rest of the parts. I mean, even one adult body, is a lot of shit to get rid of. So that was sloppy. But there I go complaining again. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And plus, she had to chop up that person, right?
Look at my body right now.
Yeah.
I'm 200 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, you're a lot to chop through.
If you had to chop me up and put me in a bag.
Oh God.
And like, no, I'm just saying, like, that's like a lot. That's like, what do we have here that weighs that much? We don't have anything that weighs that much.
Well, you cut off the limbs, the head. You got a torso.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got. I don't know. I can't see this little pink-haired girl carrying like at least 100 pounds of body parts.
This Sato, this pink-haired girl, is like a master criminal.
Yeah, that's another thing I hate about this show is like it's too easy for. We're all over the place. Hold on. You know what? Let's go through the episode kind of a little bit, and then we can just go over.
I'm gonna let you do that because you.
All right, because I take the notes, and that's how I obsess over doing things in order. All right.
You get your thoughts together.
So. These vignettes don't really like. We start off with the beat up boy Asahi Superdry, and he meets the main character Sato's best friend Shoko in the park, and it's like they're looking at his "Do you know this girl?" signs. I don't know how he gets all these fucking printed if he's got no money, because I mean he's put up hundreds of these fucking flyers, but
He's got a side job at a Kinko's. Well, they don't have Kinko's anymore, like a Federal Express.
I was gonna say at a Butler Cafe, because apparently if you need a job in Japan, you can just go to one of these cafes and they'll hire you.
Oh, on the spot, but you got to be hot.
It's the cafe capital of the East. But all right, so they have an interaction. Blah 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 blah. Then we go to Tayo Mitsuboshi. He is a blonde kid who
was raped by his boss, a hot older woman, and apparently it scarred him for life.
Current record holder for luckiest boy in Japan. But he didn't see it that way, so now he's got to have this little girl purify him because this was probably written by a woman.
Now, I'm sorry, we're from a generation where we make jokes about that because people didn't lose their minds. Yeah. So if you're from a generation who finds our description of Tayo's plight despicable, then maybe you should go jump off a bridge.
No, I just want to say I find his behavior horrible. I mean, we must protect women and children. I respect women.
I respect women.
And I respect children.
Those who have been toyed with and seduced by women.
But this is Japan, so all the rules are different.
Yeah, exactly. This is, importantly, this is cartoon Japan.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, why do I always talk about cartoon Japan like it's real Japan?
Real Japan.
I'm like, here's another thing I don't understand about Japan. Why they all got all these big eyes?
Why they care? Why are their hair so funny in different colors?
Yeah. So, yeah, Tayo Mitsuboshi is some blonde kid who's obsessed with this little girl. And he's at home obsessing because that's what he does all night. And the main character gives him a little note. It's like, hey, I'll let you see this little girl. Or, hey, what if I let you see this little girl? I guess she's trying to tempt him out. And because she just found out that the little girl talked to him. And that's bad because she's trying. The main character is trying to keep the fact that she's holding this little girl hostage a secret from everyone.
I know this is a side point. It probably doesn't matter.
Please, no, it does matter. Go on. This whole thing is a mess. This show is a mess.
I just wish the show or the story went more into why Tayo had that reaction from being sexed up by his female manager. I mean, like, I could see if the boy was like in prison or something, and and a big old like I don't know, like Michael Clark Duncan or something got at him, but
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean, the lady wasn't ugly.
no, she was a good-looking woman, but it's. I mean,
Well, I
I
guess.
feel like this is like one of these conversations that would instantly get us in trouble.
Well, no. I think it's one of those things where it's like, kids who are assaulted by pedophiles, I guess, become pedophiles or have a chance to. So
Yeah,
maybe
but-
I mean, he wasn't like this before, I'm assuming. He tried to hit on Sato.
Yeah, he tried to hit on a girl, and what is he, like 16, 17 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I just think the reaction is kind of like,
Over the
not to
top?
say that, men can't be traumatized by forced sex by women, but it like
It is a little weird that
it's just weird,
he's a teenager. He was hitting on girls, and he gets in a relationship with an older woman, and all of a sudden
he didn't get into a
Well,
relationship. She forced himself.
yeah,
on
she
him.
forced him, and all of a sudden he turns into a psychopathic pedophile.
It's just
It is a little much, yeah. But all right. So he gets the note from Sato, and he hides because he doesn't know what she's doing. I wrote down, "Oh my God, who cares?"
about what?
I don't know. But I was thinking of it in that Peter Griffin voice. And then we flash to the teacher. There's a teacher involved too. There's a teacher who likes to have sex with students, and he tries to have sex with Sato, but of course she outsmarts him because she's like Murder, She Wrote and Dexter and Matlock all rolled into one. And
and Hannibal Lecter.
yeah, him too, her too,
Yeah.
him too. So this teacher is obsessing over Sato because she got the best of him and humiliated him, and he's got a humiliation fetish, and he's like, I disposed of body parts for that girl because I'm a fucking idiot, and but if I can get proof, I can embarrass her, and that's gonna get me off, and I'll get the hardest boner in Japan.
Diamond Heart.
And that's all that matters. I don't care who she killed. I just want to get hard as hell.
In some ways, I kind of respect that guy.
Yeah, no, I do too. He reminds me of the manager from Maho Shoujo Ore. He's like very single-minded.
Oh yeah. He's got a single purpose.
Yeah. But all right, so that happens. A little cut to him, and then we cut to Shoko. She meets call him the bandage kid, but he's really Asahi.
Super dry.
He's super dry, and meets him in the park, and that's when she's like, "Hey, you keep looking for this kid with these flyers. Who is this kid to you anyway?" And he's like, "Let me tell you about this little girl.
Once
She
upon a
is-
time,
yeah, the moon.
there was a sad family.
Yeah, and then we go to his story, where his dad, I guess, is a scribble monster who loves
a drunk
scribble monster.
violent scribble monster.
And he's got this brilliant plan. He's like, "Mom, you run away with my sister,
And leave me here.
leave me here, and I will make myself so punchable that he won't even bother to look for you because he will have so much fun beating the shit out of me."
And Mom says, that sounds like a good...
She's like, "Boy."
And she's like, sounds pretty good to me.
And like we were saying, I really wish his dad was a scribble monster instead of just like that just being a visual metaphor, because him being a real person is boring. But so we
Yeah, I never want to see what this guy actually looked like. Just make him scribbles all
Yeah.
the time.
But Asahi Super Dry takes an ass whooping for 5 fucking years. And in the meantime, we get this shot of he's had all his fingernails ripped out. He goes to buy beer, and he stops and collapses in pain. And this two Japanese broads well, of course they're Japanese. These two broads are walking by, and they're like, one is like, "Oh my God, that little boy's in pain," and this other one's like, "Don't get involved with that kid. His dad's a fucking monster." And I'm like, damn.
That's like, wow, a responsible adult would probably call Child Protection Service.
Well, in this world, there is no CPS and there's no police, because
apparently if there were police, why wouldn't this kid go to the police and say, "Hey, my little sister is missing"?
Well, I mean, I think they did address that earlier, because they were like, "Why don't you go to the police?" And he's like, "Adults are all the same." So, which is fucking stupid. But maybe over there, maybe it's like stop snitching, you know?
I don't think it's a snitch thing. Like I was watching like this one documentary on Japan about people who remove people who die alone
Yeah.
in their houses and their apartments. There are like these crews that go into the house and remove the
Remove the bodies and clean up.
yeah. I don't think they remove the bodies. I think they clean up after the bodies and stuff.
Yeah, you got to rent that room.
And so they talk to like the deceased neighbors and stuff. And even though the neighbors and the managers like know that this person just kind of like holds themselves up, locks himself away, and they probably need help, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And they interviewed one of these cleaners, and he said, well, in Japan, there's people don't like to get involved in other people's business, kind of deal. It's kind of like, you just stick to yourself.
If one of our neighbors was a crazy shut-in, would we interfere? No.
If one of our neighbor's son, if I saw my neighbor's son with his face beat up, holding beer with his fingernails ripped out, and I heard his dad beating his ass every night, yeah, I would call child protection.
All right, fair enough. All I know is if I was one of those cleanup crews, I'd be stealing mad shit. I'd be like, can't take this.
You wouldn't be a very honorable person doing it.
Honor? Well, you can't take it with you.
They probably have family that's willed to.
You know what? This is probably run by the Yakuza, so I wouldn't steal it because they probably.
Oh my God.
They beat my ass. Oh, what?
Everything in your head, everything in Japan is run by the Yakuza.
Because it is. Especially the like old forgotten person cleanup crew business.
You know
That's got Yakuza written all over it.
It kind of no.
It's like the Yakuza dude is just looking at you. He's like, it's free real estate.
It's free. No. I hear the Yakuza is actually kind of their influence is kind of.
No, they've gone into legit business, and this is a legit business.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
But all right, so
maybe they're not funding any more Soul Tunnels. Soul Tunnel dance
shows.
Dance shows. Yeah.
They should. All right. So yeah, these people, these two ladies were talking shit about this kid. He's like, don't get involved. His dad is they're like, yeah, his mom is like weak or something, like, or what kind of mom, blah blah blah, and that sets the kid off. He's like, my mom's not weak.
Stop talking about my mom.
We've got a plan. I'm gonna get my ass beat until something happens. Then I'm gonna meet my mom and my sister. God. So eventually, Scribble Dad drinks himself to death after 5 years.
That's the big plan. Like, look, in 5 years, he's got to die somehow, right?
After 5 years, he drunkenly looks down at his calloused hands and thinks of all the ass beatings he's laid on his son.
And he says,
and he smiles.
I think I've punched enough.
And he just like slowly falls.
He's like,
to the
I've
floor.
Punched many faces in my.
I literally molded my child's face with my fist.
Say, son, I pass on these punching hands to you.
And then the kid's like, now I can leave. And wait, hold on. No, we don't get there at the very.
Like it would have been cool if like the kid, because Asahi seems like he's come of age when he was about 14.
Sure.
15 years old, maybe about 14 years old. Like I would have liked to have seen him like stand up to his dad and kick his ass.
Oh, you mean like in a reality where his dad doesn't die in 5 years from drinking too much and being happy?
You think his dad was happy?
Yeah, I think if he rolled his face over, he would have been a big old smile. No, because all he cares about is his sister because of plot.
I guess so.
So yeah, all right, 5 years later, he goes. Apparently, he knew where his mom was. He goes to find her. And she's like, it's too late. It was always too late.
He's like, I dumped that kid like I dumped you.
And then, we cut to some other shit. Oh, Shoko hanging out with the main character, Sato? Yeah.
Sato, yeah.
So,
Shoko knows that Sato is in something shady. She doesn't know what it is. Sato all this time has been telling her that she has a boyfriend, so she can't go out hoeing with Shoko anymore.
We used to go hunting for dick on the regular, but something's happened.
Now, I think it was a little bit more PG than that. I don't think they were actually hoeing.
I don't know. I mean, in the beginning, remember, like, there was this boy that confessed to her, and she's like, sorry, I've already got someone, and he got all mad, and he's like, you're taking all this dick and you're gonna turn me down? What
He
the
didn't
fuck?
say that.
Look, I'm a guy. I could read. I could read between the lines.
Well, maybe Sato was into something a little bit more
You think she's
R-rated, but maybe Shoko wasn't. You know.
she's just holding hands with these dudes?
Yeah, they're going to the movies, sightseeing.
Shit.
Maybe a little necking in the park.
All right. Necking.
Necking. Nobody says necking anymore.
All right. So all right.
Necking like Tekken.
Oh god. All right. So Sato and Shoko, like, Shoko's like, I have to tell this is like, I can't even say these two names together.
Sato.
She's like, I know something's up. You don't have any boyfriend, bitch. What's up? Why are you lying? And then like Sato thinks, she's like, yeah, you're right. I don't have a boyfriend.
But I ain't telling you either.
Yeah, she's
so
like,
leave me alone about it.
You know what? Because I like you so much, I'm going to give you this opportunity to shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone.
That was like pure Yakuza, like, bossness right there.
And then she's like, no, if I was... I think that was a good lesson. Because I thought at that point, I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Because if my friend tells me, like, hey, dog, like, we're cool, and because of that, I like us as friends, so I'm just going to have to ask you to back off, I will back off.
You're also a grown man.
Yeah.
And this is a little girl.
No, I don't.
Much about
so
the world.
You think when you were a kid, you'd be like, I have to. If I'm a real friend, I'll keep pushing.
Yeah, because kids aren't bright. They just push.
Even when I was a kid, I'd be like, nah, man.
You didn't have any friends as a kid.
I had friends as a kid. I didn't have many.
You had that one friend that said, look, Alvin, I like you so much. Don't ask me about my life.
I'll be like, fair enough. I'm like, slap that shit in the Super Nintendo, nigga. Like, something's going on with Bob, but he told me not to interfere, so, whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe it's different for boys.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, so, and then she's like, oh, this tea is delicious. And she's, like, trying to change the subject, and the whole time, Shoko's like, oh, I gotta tell her. And she's like, Sato, I love you very much. Oh, I'm a lesbian. Oh.
I don't think she meant it like that.
You don't think she was like, I love you, like playing for the other team love?
I don't think it was like that. I think it was just like a closeness.
No, I don't think that. I disagree.
You just want to see lesbians in everything.
No, because I think this is how the writer is writing this main character. This is her second confession. Another girl confessed her love to her too.
Yeah, well, that was a little more straightforward.
Well, boys obsess over her. Girls obsess over her. It's a horrible character. Oh, she outsmarts adults.
I think the writer of the show does have a bone to pick with, like, conventional heterosexual relationships, because all the guys are very slimy and creepy.
Oh, not Asahi Super Dry.
He's up there mooning over his sister. So
yeah. All right, and so like Sato is like, okay, Shoko, my best friend, since you just confessed that you like me as more than a friend, and you insist
I
on.
don't think that's. This is Alvin's interpretation. I don't.
Basically said you wanted to hook up with me because I'm so hot and so perfect.
Don't take this with a grain of salt.
So like, why don't you come over to my place and I'll tell you all about it? And then they do this clever cut.
I've got some lovely etchings in my apartment.
And then they cut to the scribbles, and the scribbles are what happens when things don't go this chick's way, and that something's gonna happen, and she's gonna set it right because she's perfect and nobody can outsmart her.
You think she's gonna kill her best friend?
She's setting her up. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
I hope not.
And then in the end, you find out that the teacher was filming the whole thing from behind the glass, so he got no audio. So I don't know what he was gonna get from that.
I think he was just, taking a food.
I have no idea where he was standing. It looked like he was standing right outside the window that they were just at.
And then they come out and they see him like, why are you taking pictures?
And he's like, ha ha. He just walks away.
Anything you want to say about Shio?
Who's Shio?
The little girl that everyone's obsessed with.
She's
so sweet and cute.
She's just as boring as everyone else in the show.
She's tiny and cute and.
No, I don't have a lot of experience with kids, but from what I understand, you ain't locking up no 8-year-old in an apartment all day.
I guess she's
I
just
don't.
really innocent.
No, no, I don't. I think the opposite. I think they've implied that she's had some serious trauma, so she is also escaping with Sato
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It does seem like she's had some
because she's
trauma.
like, oh, I kind of remember having a mom and a family, but whatever. But yeah, no, who cares? Who cares about any of this? But let's keep watching.
I don't know why Alvin insists on watching this show. You can't just enjoy it for the dumbness that it is.
This isn't a proper metaphor, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. We used to go to a cafe, and I'm not gonna say where it was, but I'm gonna say that it was run from by a person we used to call the Gypsy King, and they had these. I don't know if you remember. They had these pastries, and these pastries were beautiful, and they looked like some fine French cuisine that you would
Mm.
pay a lot of money for.
Oh, yes.
And we bought those pastries, and we took one bite. And how would you describe the taste of those pastries?
It was like the worst thing I ever put in my mouth.
And that's what I think of the show. Decent animation, I guess. I mean, there are some clever cuts and like scene setups just visually, but no, I want the writer to at least get like the flu or something. I don't want them to break any bones, but just something happened.
But do something where you're incapacitated from.
No, I mean, yeah.
Like, just go on a very
But-
long vacation. Quit doing this job.
No. To be fair, maybe the writer of this will go, like look at this and be like, oh no, and then they'll build on this and do something better. They'll see the flaws, and they'll make a better show.
Mm,
So there you go.
maybe.
So-
I'm, for what it's worth, I'm enjoying it.
You are?
What?
Just because of this chick. You just like these angry chicks who just like they're like,
But she's
I'm
not
so
angry.
pissed. No, yeah, but they're like, oh, I've got a dark secret.
But yeah, I like crazy chicks. Sorry. I like crazy, unstable, mentally fractured female protagonists.
All right, fair enough.
And male protagonists too. The crazier the better.
Yeah, but I like.
You know what? You don't see enough anime with a yandere lead. Not that she's yandere, but like I would like to see that every now and then.
I'm gonna have to take your word for that shit because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, yandere?
I know what it means, but you're like, oh, the yandere lead.
Yeah, like a main character who's yandere, a yandere main MC.
Perhaps in watching this, you may realize why you don't see that often.
No, why?
Because it doesn't work out very well. Because it makes for an unlikable main character.
I disagree.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Yes, here's my final thought. Are we going to take another 8 months before we do another?
Sure, why not? I'm feeling kind of tired. No. We'll do the next. We'll stick with this one till the end.
We got to see what next Chinese
Chinese anime is out.
anime is out.
I don't think there's.
I don't necessarily think I want another one about esports.
Come on, all the kids are into esports. If this chick had instead of getting jobs in maid cafes, if she got jobs playing esports, it would still suck. but I don't know. All right.
She wouldn't be able to pay attention at all to that girl. She'd be so devoted to honing her craft.
Would she still be yandere, or is there another word for that?
No.